The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. The webcast that we have today is going to talk about social signals and how those social signals can increase authority for your website and why that authority is important actually. So we know your time is valuable and important, and so we will try to make the best use of it today. And to do that, I have some pretty important people attending with us. Here's some information about me. Not that I'm an important person, but I have been doing marketing in home care for a long time, and I am the president and CEO of corecubed, which is an organization that does digital marketing. Over the years, because of my passion for home care and also my interest in helping other businesses grow, we have had some great success in winning awards for our company and also in helping our client partners grow. Amy Selly is our co-managing director, and she's with us today. Hey, Amy, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Amy is really an expert marketing strategist, and she's been in the aging care industry for a fairly long time now, since 2001, and really does very intrinsically understand branding and strategy and this whole thing that we use as content marketing. We call content marketing digital marketing today. So Amy, we're looking forward to your input today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Marissa Snook, I call her our SEO diva. Marissa is a co-managing director also of corecubed. Marissa, thank you for joining us today.
Happy to be here.
She serves as our basic administrator, administrator extraordinaire for our MOST program, which I encourage you to check out because it's specifically for the home care, hospice, and home health markets. But she has been with corecubed and instrumental in our home care marketing since 2005. So she's got a lot of years of experience now directly in home care under her belt and really focuses a lot on digital marketing. So Marissa, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Our next presenter is Leanne Hauer, and Leanne is our lead content architect and is a very incredible writer and was an editor prior to coming to corecubed and gets a lot of editing work here as well. So Leanne, thanks for joining us today.
Sure, no problem.
Leanne manages most of our social media for our clients and does a lot of writing and a lot of content development. So I think you all are in for a treat today. Do you know I've simplified this goals for marketing? Oh, before I start this, let me tell you, I've got you all on mute. If you want to ask questions, there will be question and answers at the end. Please simply submit your question on your screen on the right-hand side. And if you have other questions, we don't get to them, we will answer them after the webinar. And we just encourage you to get your thinking caps on and to get with us here on thinking about this strategy for using authority in social media and also to help the rankings of your website. So I sort of went back to the basics here on the goals for marketing and thought, instead of a formal definition, what we really want in marketing is, number one, you want to get found. And then number two, you want those people, when they find you, to call you. And then the third thing is what you really want business. So you really do want your business to grow. So that's really why we're in business at corecubed, and that is the goal for marketing. It's not an ancillary service for your business. It should be integral to your business, and we all, if we have a business, want that business to grow and get more business. So that is really the bottom line goal for marketing. So today we're going to talk about authority, because authority is something that in the last few years has become more and more important in terms of getting your website ranked in search engines, and there are several ways to do it. And what we're going to talk about today is authority online authority. So basically, this is the standard definition of authority. But when we talk about authority for search engine optimization and online authority, we specifically talk about different kinds of things that events, things that happen, actions that make a difference for the ranking of your website. And so here are 4 things that really do make a difference and that increase your authority. And by having a increased authority, it means that your website is going to be ranked higher. And number 1 is the type of links your site receives. And that means who's actually linking to your site.
And that when we say neighborhood links there, we're talking about who's linking to your site and the quality of those links. And a little analogy that we like to think of is picture your website as a beautiful house on the block. You've got a great paint job, your yard is always well kept, you've got great curb appeal. But then your neighbor might have, a bathtub in the front yard. They might have overgrown grass, and that's all going to bring your property value down. So when you have quality links in your neighborhood, that's great. It only helps improve your site's quality and improves your site's SEO. If you are linking to those houses that are not the best quality in the neighborhood, it's only going to bring your website's quote-unquote property value down. So you're looking to make sure you're only linking to other quality sites that are well represented and represent your site well and are relevant to your business.
Yeah, it used to be that you could link to lots of high-quality sites whether or not they had anything to do with your business. But Google is cracking down on that a little bit now, and those type of links they're frowning upon, and it could hurt you in the long run. So definitely link building strategies have changed recently in the last year. Those high-quality links not only should be high quality, but should also have to relate somehow to your business.
Yeah, another way to look at it, or another analogy, is that the search engines are looking to see if you're socializing in your circle. Are you connected to people who naturally would be in your circle? And if you're connected to somebody who is so different from who you would normally be connected with or linked with, then that could be a red flag.
And let's move into talking about when you have references, social references. What would a respected account be in home care or for a home care agency?
A respected social media account?
Our second bullet point here is social references.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the same would hold true here, I think, as in terms of neighborhoods. You want your references to come from people that have authority and respect in the industry, accreditation bodies, associations, other agencies that maybe are not in geographic proximity or competition, but that have good rankings. I just thought there might have been some others.
I think one of the things that this refers to is that when you create good content, there's the likelihood that other social sites will spread that content because you have created something relevant to the industry that you're both in, and that creates a social reference for your business if they're sharing your content because they think it's good.
Definitely.
And engagement metrics. You know, we talk a lot at corecubed about measuring for results and making certain that you're doing things that work. And long clicks is sort of a new word in the industry because what you really want is for people to come to your website and stay there longer. And what is going to keep them there longer would be relevant, educational, helpful, useful content. So that's another thing that Google looks at when they are ranking authority is, are you an authority? Is your website an authority? Are you, not only having the right kind of people come to you and associating with the right kind of people, but also having people actually come and stay and refer to other people.
Yes, definitely, because Google is seeing that as a sign that you have a quality site that people are interested in. If people are coming to the site and immediately pogo sticking off of it, Google's able to measure that, and it will indicate that maybe people aren't finding what they want to find on your site. And you could have great quality content on your site, but if the design is poor and people come to that home page or whatever page you're linking them to and they can't find the content they're looking for easily, they're going to pogo stick right back off of that. So there are several things to keep in mind to try and keep people on your site longer.
And this authority, I just would like to mention sort of a 10,000-foot view. What Google is trying to do is make anyone's searches, people who are searching for something, they want those searches to be relevant. They want them to get where they need to get, and that's why this increase in authority lately, because a lot of the tactics to use for SEO in the past have been aimed at tricking the search engine so that your site could get more clicks, by hook or crook. And right now what they're trying to do is really make it related to content, make it related to relevancy, and that this whole authority ranking is all tied into that.
Yeah, you know what I would add to that, or how I would put it into my own words, is that search engines are trying to determine how to leverage the interaction and behaviors with your website to decide if you're worthy of ranking higher, or what companies are worthy of ranking higher. So they're really measuring behavior and interaction to see, if you're a worthy site.
So we are going to talk about social signals, because this advent of technology and the advent of social networking and social media has really changed how search engine optimization is done, how authority is created, and how people communicate with each other, and also how people search and find what they're looking for on the internet. So the social signals are something that have really not been around that long. We were talking about this yesterday. When Facebook was actually invented or used the first time was in 2004. We first did a national workshop on that at the Home Care Association of America National Conference in 2010. And we had been using social media for a while. So we've actually been realizing the importance of social media for a fairly long time, and it is now paying off. So what are social signals?
Well, social signals, like the slide says, are the views, the likes, the comments, shares that you're getting on your social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, even accounts like Pinterest. You're going to get, whenever you get noticed, whenever your content is noticed on those channels, that sends a signal to Google and also Google+, I forgot to mention. That sends a notice to Google that you are sending out content into the social media realm that people are interacting with, people are enjoying it, if they're sharing it with others. That is a social signal that gets picked up to let Google know that you are an authority, that you're sending out good content that people are engaging with.
Right, the social signal is a sign that you're getting attention.
Mm-hmm.
And without getting too technical, although it's understood that one of the algorithms that Google uses, they have lots of different ways that they judge your website, calling them algorithms. And although it's kind of a back and forth as to whether or not Google actually is able to track the social media signals, it does affect your SEO because it's going to affect how many people are coming to your site and how long they're staying on your site. Google can see where the referrals to your website are coming from. So if you're getting a ton of referrals from Facebook or Twitter, they're going to be able to follow that. So it does affect your SEO in that regard.
And what we're all trying to do here, what we're all trying to accomplish is my number one point in our marketing is getting found. You have to be found first in order for someone to look at you and think about calling you. So we're looking for that search engine results is what we're looking for, and again, and the authority and the social signals and how that affects authority. I love this definition of a social ladder because this helps me think about it's really that hierarchical structure in society where the higher status are on the top of the ladder and those with the lower status are at the bottom. And that's really equivalent to thinking about search engine rankings. Because the search engines, Google in particular, is looking for authority. They want to know that you are providing an honest service, that all of your content is relevant, and that you are having people that are like people coming to your site and referring to your site and linking to your site. And as the ability to use social media expands, and it is rapidly expanding in a lot of different age groups, and the older age group in particular has, I believe, the highest percentage of usage now in social media, particularly on Facebook. So there are more and more people now finding information and getting information and sending those social signals. So on your website, what kinds of things should someone do if they have good content on the website? How can you then help those social signals grow in an organic fashion?
I think definitely before adding a sharing button to a blog, you should make sure that you have a blog page and that you're updating that blog page, and that you're using that blog to provide information that is useful that would make somebody want to share it. So if they were, looking for how to solve a problem related to aging care, that you would be sharing a helpful answer or tips and information in that blog, and then posting, putting the button there so that they could easily share that blog link on their Facebook page or LinkedIn page, and then that which increases the likelihood that someone they know will read that and think that it's helpful and maybe go back to your website or choose to share it, to reshare it with someone else.
And
one of the questions that I'm seeing one of our attendees has asked was if those links from Facebook and other social media sites actually help your SEO. And yes, when they are placed, when links to your Facebook posts are put on other websites that Google is crawling through, actual websites, it's definitely going to help your SEO. They will see that as share-worthy because somebody shared it on their site.
There's all types of content too, all types of content that is share-worthy. Again, it needs to be relevant for your for the industry, but these are just some lists of things that is share-worthy. And Leanne, you do an absolutely fabulous job of taking some information that is share-worthy and then figuring out different ways to use it. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we obviously we've talked about blogs, and certainly your press releases are shareable. White papers, articles, and promotions, anything that is relevant to your audience, you definitely want to share. But you also want to think about if there is an issue within your community, if there's a problem that needs to be solved. Think about creative ways that you can help answer a question or solve a problem with the content on your website. So a blog that could potentially answer a question about an issue in the Alzheimer's community, a video that you can produce that can solve a problem. This is an example of something that we did recently with the corecubed YouTube page, where Facebook has been updating their how do you use business pages within Facebook, and it has created a pretty significant problem for those of us who regularly manage business pages. I manage the corecubed page and a number of our client Facebook pages. So it created a really significant issue, and there was no answer from Facebook as to how we use our business pages within Facebook. So I figured it out. I created a video about it, and I posted it on our Facebook page, on our blog, on our other social media accounts, and then I also posted it in the forums where other people were having those same problems. And we got over 1,000 views. And as you'll see, these are just a few of the comments we got on the video, noting that this has been enormously helpful to people. And not only has it been helpful, not only are they grateful to have that information, they're sharing it with others, and they're also following the corecubed sites now because they saw that we are on top of it. We are an authority on this issue. We're an authority on using Facebook, and that really struck a chord with people, and they have now shared it countless times across YouTube, Google+, and their other social media sites. So just thinking about how to translate something like that into the home care realm, how you can problem solve, how you can answer questions, and how you can showcase that you are an authority on social media, about whatever issues that you're seeing within your community.
That's a wonderful example, Leanne, of a specific way that it works, and I think that brings it home. So we're going to talk about how you can use social signals to increase your authority within your business. And I think one of the things that we have to think about first is the trends in marketing. That right now the search engines are looking at how important you are, what authority you have, based on the number of followers, the likes, and the shares that you have from a variety of social media sources. The other thing, we're not really talking about branding today, but this all folds into having a good, strong brand, enhancing your brand, having a brand personality, understanding what that is, understanding your strategy to go to market, and then having every single thing you do fit into that, because people really do respond better to brands with great personalities. And there's hardly any way better than social media to show people what your personality is. If you're posting just boring sales sales posts, that's not going to extend your personality. But if you have a specialty in something, if you like Alzheimer's, for instance, there's so many wonderful things for Alzheimer's. You can post to stories, you can post to great visuals, you can post to real life events that are going on different places. You could take pictures of your own agency doing events or participating in an Alzheimer's walk. There's just lots and lots of ways that you can show your personality.
Right. It goes back to the message that what you're saying on social media shouldn't just be about what services you offer, but it should be about your values as a company and why you do what you do, and how can you show that passion behind what you do, because people will connect more readily with a personality and people who are passionate than they will with a list of services or a posting about a service or a promotion going on.
Yeah, there's certainly a time and a place on social media where you do want to, remind people, here are our services, here are, products that we offer, but it definitely does not need to be or should not be your main source of information on Facebook or on any other social media channels. We work with a client who has seen a lot of interaction when they post about their caregivers, their caregiver birthdays, caregiver work anniversaries. Those things showcase how important their caregivers are to the business and how long their caregivers are staying with them. Some have been there for years, and it's a good showcase for others who may be looking for care. That this company really values its caregivers. They seem to hire really quality caregivers who are staying with them for a long time, so that's a great business that maybe I want to get involved with.
Yeah, and I think on this next point, people respond better to content that is designed to help them. That goes back to providing content that solves problems, answers questions, but also I think what we have seen is that there are ways to listen to customers on other social media sites to find out what kinds of questions they're asking, and design your content around answering those questions. So if you look globally at some of the bigger social media sites around aging care, and kind of listen, what are people wanting to know more about? And then you're answering those questions, you have some ideas as to what is the most popular topic out there.
I threw in this last bullet because I've been in marketing a long time, and it truly is changing. There's still some basic theory that is the same, but it really has become increasingly social and interactive and mobile. And it is crucially important to understand that, because people are getting their information now in a different way, and they are also in control of the information that they're getting, because they are seeking information now. They're not waiting for something to come to them. They're actively seeking information, and they're seeking it online and increasingly mobile. Social media marketing is also a whole niche in terms of how to reach people. And I think corecubed does an excellent job in terms of figuring out how to reach the right people.
Yeah, I think.
I am thinking of a particular client who we posted a post on Facebook for them about a new service that they were offering that was pretty unique and different, and then we boosted it, which you can do through targeting geographic areas and interests and types of people, and it brought a huge amount of people to their website. There was a giant spike in visitors to their website and in phone calls asking about this service. So that is a great example of how those post boosts can really make a difference.
Yeah, and in addition to that, I think there are ways to do ads on Facebook that are very affordable and very effective. And what has evolved in their ads is that, like Marissa said, you are able to target people by demographics like age and location and interest. And so you can use those ads to build the number of followers that you have, and they're followers who are really people who might be interested because they're meeting those demographic requirements that you've set. And it helps you then build a network that can help you spread the content about your brand and lead people back to your website.
That's a great way to keep your business top of mind with people. It used to be all you could do to keep your business top of mind is, send out mailings and try and get press releases in the newspapers. This is such an easy way to stay top of mind, is getting those likes, because then your brand is in front of them every time you post.
And everyone has a Facebook page now. I mean, you'll be hard pressed to find a large group of people who have never been on Facebook or who aren't on Facebook regularly, and that's why it's the new social media is the new word of mouth. Anytime someone comes across something that is of interest to them and they think might be of interest to a friend or a family member, that information gets immediately shared on Facebook or on Twitter. And it just spreads like wildfire that way. So it's a great, it is really where people go to find out more about a business, what other people are saying about that business, really to find out the reputation of that business, because you can get reviews on Facebook. So it is definitely the new word of mouth.
Right, and I have noticed, and you may have noticed in your own social networks, more and more posts from people who you are connected to, where they might put something up like, does anybody know about a reliable company that I can call to provide this kind of service?
Mm-hmm.
And people can reply to that privately, or they can post it publicly, and more you see that happen, because they're connected to people who they want to be connected with and who they trust. And if those people are a follower of your page and can share information about you there, it's just a really easy way to spread your brand out to people and show it as a trusted brand.
And I will mention, although I've done this many times before, but the internet is the #1 place people go to search for something that they're looking for, whether it's a service, a product, a business. So it is crucial that you have a website that will give people enough information, and that you are on social media, so if they search on social media, they will find you as well. Do you know, the customer buying cycle is something that I think is so important and really emphasizes why you need to be found and how important it is for you to participate in this digital marketing economy that we have right now, because excuse me, digital marketing community, I should say. If you look at the customer buying cycle, this is specifically for home care. The first thing that happens is they become aware of a need. And in between the awareness that they have a need, whether it's the person themselves that has a frailty, their family member that's noticing a problem with them, a referral source that they've gone to talk to, a client, a family friend, whatever, when that awareness happens, that's when they start searching. And since the internet's the #1 place they search, that's where they're going to go. And you want to be in consideration, because when they're researching their options, you want to be in consideration, so that you want to get that call. So your sales process cannot even start until you have been considered and you've been one of the agencies that they select out of their research. And that's why we are emphasizing the importance of social signals and authority in terms of search engine ranking, because if people are searching, you want to be where they're searching so you can be found. And this going social, this increasing your social status, that is truly something that now is showing results, because you have to get higher ranking, and authority is more and more, and we don't know algorithms that Google use, but Google is looking at social signals, and Google is measuring authority, and Google is looking that you have relevant content and all the relevant links that are coming into your site, and people from your same neighborhood, your home care, aging care neighborhood that are there. And so it really is becoming more and more important.
Yeah, and I would add to that that social referral traffic is quality traffic. It's traffic that people have responded to and chosen to follow to your website to find out more. And I think that's really important. I think sometimes we're doing search engine, or agencies are doing search engine marketing, pay-per-click, and the quality of the traffic that they're receiving is not the same as somebody who has seen content that's resonated with them on a social media page that you own, and that content made them choose to find out more about you.
This all boils down to what Google cares about. and um, and the second point here, that more and more people, this is an actual result of a research study, that people are using Facebook to gather information about healthcare. They're using other things too, but that is one of the things that they are checking. So it is simply a trend that is becoming more and more important and should not be ignored. So we're down to, how do you do it? Leanne, do you want to talk about creating a social media presence, because you do that a lot for our clients?
Sure. The very first step is you need to be on these social media channels. You need to have a presence on Facebook, on Google+, on Twitter, on YouTube, any site that you are going to maintain. Let's say, because you don't want to just have a presence and then not use your site. So you want to engage. You want to be engaged no matter where you are. So the first step is to set up those accounts on Facebook is our number one. Twitter, Google+, and LinkedIn are all the major ones that we recommend to others. So you not only want to sign up for those accounts, you want to make sure you have those beautiful banners and graphics that showcase your brand. And then you want to work on building your audience, and that means going out into Facebook and liking other pages, engaging in conversations with others, sharing their content, liking their content, and just being a part of the community, of your audience, and of the home care industry. And that also means, like we talked about, boosting some of your posts are going to help you build your audience. They're going to help get your content in front of more eyes, and help get more likes for your pages. So you want to set up your social media accounts and then engage, show that brand personality, and share all kinds of content. Posts about your caregivers. We talked about the birthdays and the work anniversaries that we have a couple of clients sharing those, and it really showcases that personality. These are the people that will be coming into your homes. These are the people that we have been working with for years, and who are providing great care. Training sessions and community events we talked a little bit about. With their permission, it's always great to include your clients, and again, get that permission first, but show your clients and your caregivers in action. Show those potential clients, what home care really looks like. That's what they're coming to your Facebook accounts for. They're looking to see who you are, how you're going to interact with their family members, their loved ones, and then also include personal posts that are going to get the most likes and comments. Those kinds of posts that you come across that you recognize in your personal Facebook use. What do you look at and say, oh my gosh, that's such a moving story, or that's such a funny funny graphic. Think about what's going to get other people's attention on Facebook that also has relevancy to your company and to your audience. And then, of course, your blog posts. Always, always, always share that helpful information and that educational information that people are going to like and also share.
One thing I'll mention is if you don't have the time or the budget to manage 5 different types of social media accounts like Facebook, Twitter, et cetera, choose a couple of them that you can manage. It's better to have 2 very active accounts than to have 5 different accounts linked on your website and 3 of them are dead.
Right.
Google is not going to look at that in a positive light.
The same with your blog. If you have a place for a blog on your website, then you need to blog. And if there is no one on your staff who has the talent to blog or the time to blog, then you need to find someone who can blog and who understands the industry and knows what to blog about. And because what you're looking for is providing helpful information to people who are searching for care for their loved one.
Right.
And that is specifically what that content should be. Whether you're blogging about it, whether you're sharing that information on social media, it should all relate to the industry and how you can help people and how you can solve their problems, and being social about it.
I think that's a good segue into we've talked about before how we get questions from clients. Can I do social media without doing search engine optimization? Or can I do search engine optimization without doing social media? Or adding blogging into that mix? And really, the best way to achieve this authority is doing all 3, doing the blogging, doing the social media, and having a strong search engine optimization plan, because more than ever all of those things go hand in hand with each other and work to make each other better.
Yeah, it's like saying I want to lose weight, but and I'm going to eat better, but I'm not going to exercise. Will you achieve a goal? Well, it'd be a lot slower and a lot harder than if you did both.
The other thing, hiring someone to do that work for you is an ongoing expense. But back in the day, and I did run a home care agency for 17 years prior to the internet just came in at the end of my home care agency ownership experience. But back in the day, the only place that you could actually get found was in the yellow pages. For the most part, you could do other print advertising, but for the most part, anyone who searched, it's like the internet today. It used to be the yellow pages, and it wasn't unusual to have a several $1,000 bill each month to be in the yellow pages, because not only, again, you're trying to get found, that's your number one thing you're trying to achieve, and if you had a display ad in the yellow pages that was done well, then your chances of being found were greater than if you just had a listing. So I equate that to what the internet is truly where you need to be now. So if you need to hire someone to help you do all of this, because marketing is becoming more complicated, not simpler. And this measure to see what's working and then do more of what's working, that falls into strategy and someone who's got the capacity to look at your website, look at your social media, and basically help you decide what would work for you. How do you reinforce your brand, enhance your brand? What is your brand personality? And then how do you translate that into a website and social media? And then micro point, measuring specifically what you're doing, and then trying to do more of what's working. So it's not a simple thing, but it is certainly doable, and it is certainly logical. And that brings me to this point, which is that about a third of companies do outsource all or part of their social marketing campaigns. And so one of the the issues of implementing a marketing strategy is you have to have the assets in place in order to actually implement that strategy. So the strategies for winning in digital marketing and on the internet are getting more complicated. So we'd love to talk to you about that if you would like to implement a social strategy and increase the authority for your business. So I want to wrap this up and then we'll open it up for questions, but hopefully the getting found and remembered, that is something that again, that first basic thing, if you think about back to the buying cycle, now you really want someone to call you. It's a whole nother topic about how you answer the phone and what you do once you get that call, but what you really have to get that call first. And then obviously once you've gotten the call and responded appropriately and met the client and their family or their trust officer or whatever, you want to get that business and you want that business to grow. So that's really what we are all about here at corecubed, and I will open it up for questions and answers unless one of you has something else that you would like to say that we didn't cover.
I'm ready to dig into the questions.
Well, goodness, there are a bunch of questions. So what is social bookmarking? And is it relevant for SEO? Sorry.
I can have Leanne probably answer that one.
Social bookmarking is really a way to save links to sites that you're interested in. So I guess I'm not really sure how it translates to your SEO. I think it's probably helpful if someone else is socially bookmarking your blog posts that you're sharing, if they're bookmarking any articles that you've written.
Yeah, I think really you want people to, if they're going to save something of yours, save it in a public way so that others can see that they're saving it, that they're posting it on their website, that they're liking it or sharing it that way.
We have a lot of questions here. I'm going to go to the last one, not take them in the order. Does corecubed help create videos for YouTube? corecubed does videos for YouTube. We don't obviously do, I mean, we have a lot of material, particularly through our MOST program, that we create videos out of. We cannot video you because we're not physically there, but we do lots of videos for our clients that we post on YouTube.
Right, we can certainly help with setting up your YouTube accounts. Doing those slideshow videos through the MOST program they're very popular, and we can help with those, uploading those to your YouTube accounts and then sharing them with on your other accounts as well.
And one is asking about a future trend for a possibility of getting most of our home care clients via digital marketing, and I'd say it's not a future trend. I'd say it's a current trend. I mean, the latest
Now trend.
Yeah, it's right now. The latest, we've seen an increase in clients coming from digital marketing for the last couple of years, and it's actually the private duty benchmarking study for 2015 showed a dramatic increase, and we're continuing to see it more and more. Again, when you've got the number one way people find information as the internet, then that's how they're going to find home care services. And we've been seeing that for years because we've understood how to do that. So, right.
Right,
Yeah.
and even if they are finding you through a referral source, your website is still the first place that they're going to check you out. And in checking out your website, then they may be following your social page to see what the quality of your content is there and what people are saying about it and how they're responding.
There's a question about backlinks that are do not follow links, and if you have links on your site that are do not follow, you're still the visits that you get and the quality of the visitors, whether they're coming from your social media site or whether they're coming from some other place, that is going to increase your authority. Does anyone else want to tackle that question? Or did I answer that sufficiently? All right, I think that's the end of the question. So if there are no more questions, does anyone have anything they'd like to wrap up with?
There's so much we could talk about with social media and SEO. I feel like I could go on and on and on and on. But give us a call if you want to talk further about it. And we'd love to chat with you and see how we can help you with your social media.
And what I was just going to say, what I would end on is that building a social network, even if it's just one, and sharing on that social network is crucial to marketing right now. It helps you build a network of people that can help you spread your message, your content, your brand, and lead them to your website. And it is something that is, if they follow you, you are in front of them so much more than you are when you just have a website. So I would really think hard about that, because it gives you the opportunity, once they follow, to be in front of them more, to show more personality, and to become remembered by them, so that when the care need arises, they have a top of mind agency that they're going to call.
Well, we have been specifically talking about SEO on the last webinar we did, which was in May, this one in June, and on July the 22nd, we have another in the series, which is really wrangling your reputation. So we're going to talk about the importance of reputation and how you can either maintain a good reputation, enhance your reputation, or deal with a negative reputation, which is a lot harder to do, but it is doable. So that's our next in the series, and you can go to corecubed.com and to the events page, and you will be able to see all of our recorded events, and I encourage you to do that. So thank you so much for your time today. This webinar will be posted shortly, so you can come there and share it if you would like on your social media. So you can spread the good word about us, and we'll spread the good word about you. Thank you so much for attendance. And Leanne and Amy and Marissa, again, thank you so much for sharing your wise counsel with us and with our audience today. Everybody have a fabulous rest of your week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.